What's up, YouTube? Black Man in Vegas here, and today I wanted to touch on the topic of homelessness in Las Vegas and just what I've seen personally and how bad I think it is in the city. And from what I've seen, guys, of definitely certain areas, like if you go to more of the like the vicinity of more of the tourist hangout spots, like off the strip, like near South Maryland Parkway and areas like that, you'll definitely see a lot of encampments, and it's definitely something is growing in the city and pretty serious. It's definitely not as bad as Skid Row in LA, but it's definitely an issue out here. And even in the suburban areas where I'm at, you still see them to a degree. You see maybe a handful of them. You don't see like big encampments, but you'll definitely see certain people that you can tell are homeless. And I remember there was one time where I was taking a jog and I saw a dude in a tent. And he was like a professional homeless dude. Dude had a whole generator set up, I think, because he was in there watching TV. And I remember, I think it was the same dude. I seen him on the corner because I think he was around my age. Looked like he was maybe in his like late 20s, early 30s at best. And he told me that he had a Naruto shirt on, and I told him I really liked his shirt. He was like, "Yeah, man, been watching such and such show." I forgot what he told me it was, but I think it was the same dude that I saw jogging. But yeah, it's definitely an issue out here. Definitely unfortunate. And I know some, I know like with anything, some people kind of bring it on themselves, but it is something that is definitely, especially with what I'm going through now with the whole job loss situation, definitely something that I gotta have more of a heart for. Just, I know some people bring it on themselves with life choices, but some people just fall on hard times, and it's definitely unfortunate. And I watch a lot of videos on this, and the obvious substance issues out here. I don't want to, I know YouTube can be kind of funny with the terminology with certain things, and I do want to build this channel as a second income for me, but that definitely doesn't help. As you guys all know, the big F is pretty big out here. Pretty sure you guys can guess what that is. And that's definitely a factor. Like, I've seen people just nodding off in the streets. And I remember when I was going to the barber shop one day, I was going to get a haircut, and I just saw a woman that was just falling asleep standing up. It was just crazy. And I remember like being in Greensboro, and it's kind of, I'm pretty sure it's spreading all over the place in the U.S. now. But I remember years ago, when I was still in Greensboro, I'm used to the people being on the older stuff. You guys know what I mean? The rocks. And not saying that any of it is good, but I'm just like, dang, man, like that seems safer. Like, they seem way more coherent than the people that are on the the new F stuff. But um that's just my 2 cents on that. But it's definitely unfortunate. Definitely something. If I got a few dollars, sometimes if I feel like they, sometimes I just get the vibe to do, the urge to do it. Sometimes, just depending on who it is. If I got a few dollars, I might give it to them. Just knowing how it is, falling on hard times, and not really judging them too much. I know life can get crazy sometimes, and people hit unfortunate circumstances. And once you get that low, man, it's hard to get back up. Even if you guys have ever had any job loss or anything like that, like right now, I'm still doing all right for my current situation, but it's definitely hard getting back into the swing of things once you hit like taking like a huge loss like that. So I definitely feel for them and hope that some of those people. I know some people really don't want help. Unfortunately, they kind of where they're at in life, they've kind of gotten used to it, and they kind of want to still do the things that they're doing to kind of be a detriment to their own life. But the people that do want to make a change, I definitely feel for them. I hope that they can overcome that obstacle, and hopefully whatever services are out here they can get in contact with, which is hard. Like, I just know that from the unemployment situation, it's hard getting those services for the most part. I don't know for certain things like that. I'm not too familiar. So don't quote me on like as far as like if you're homeless and getting housing. I don't really know how easy it is to get that out here. I do hear in some places it's not that hard, but I can imagine with it being a huge issue down here, I'm pretty sure it's not easy. And I'm pretty sure there's wait lists for things like that. But let me know in the comments if you guys know any more about that. I'm definitely no expert. I just wanted to share my personal experience with what I've seen out here. And this is just a personal life channel. I've said this in the past in previous videos that obviously the name Black Man in Vegas is it's not a black channel. It's just thought it was a cool name and just something of me documenting my experience here. And I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments, and you guys share your experiences in Vegas or anything. If you live in another state, maybe you have some comparisons. Because I want to get into some more videos of my experience living here, coming from a small town. I was originally in New Mexico before I came here, but I'm from North Carolina. So I was in Las Cruces. I stayed in there for 10 months, and then I moved here, and I've been here since April of last year. And I'm originally, before I was in Las Cruces, I was in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I originally grew up in a really small town before that, before I went to college. So college was what brought me out to Greensboro. It was pretty cool. Definitely a decent sized city, really, really black city, kind of like Atlanta. And so it was definitely interesting going to New Mexico and having that, that next culture shock. And it was pretty interesting for the time being. It was just a lot of being a younger guy. It was definitely a retirement community. So that definitely makes it hard doing things as far as meeting people, especially dating. I just made a video on that. But definitely, despite all my struggles here in Vegas, I definitely do like Las Vegas. I'm not one of those people that just moved here to complain and talk about how much better, my previous situation was. But definitely enjoying it so far. And it's really motivated me to really, do what I need to do to make a change and really thrive here. Because even before I had my unfortunate layoff situation, I was still not where I wanted to be as far as, having the funds to really live the life I wanted to out here. That's one thing I will say that my recent situation has taught me is just managing my money a little bit better. It's kind of forced me to, but I mean, as with all difficult situations, they definitely teach us lessons. So I am thankful for the lessons that I have learned in this whole ordeal. And I know I kind of went off on a tangent there, but more to come on my experiences in Vegas. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Black Man in Vegas out.